beer while you're driving down here, and you can hit a deer in the sky.
Thank you so much. A country boy from Illinois, I used to have a fear of flying. Thanks for being here tonight, folks. I got time for a couple more. You've been so cool. Thank you. I arrived here kicking and screaming the day that I took the stage. I went searching for some kind of meaning, like words looking for a page. Came up empty and full of worry that nothing could cover the pain. And these songs and stories began unfolding like an umbrella in the rain. I wanna write you a sad, sad song that I'll hold, but make you smile. And then we could pass it along. We're only here for a little while. Strike up a chord, strike up the band, and we'll play out the lessons learned. Strike up a match, then it's 3 strikes you're out, and depression will take its turn. We've been trying to find our way through the darkness of our minds. We all get our names in the paper someday. I pray not before our time. I wanna sing you a sad, sad song that I wrote to make you smile. And then we could pass it along. We're only here for a little while. When I was young, all I did was take. I've been trying harder to give. For so long I was living to die. Now I'm dying just to live. Now we'll leave here kicking and screaming the day that I take my rest. But I've got a whole lot more in me till the end of my set list. Still time to sing us a sad, sad song full of hope to make us smile. And then we could pass it along. We're only here for a little while. My first time headlining City Winery. I sure appreciate you all being here. What a beautiful place. One more time for Althea. got a bunch of old school friends back here that have been with me on my journey, and I thank you so much. I know from my hometown, Chrissy and Amanda are here, and one of my first gigs was with Amanda's graduation party, and I'll never forget it because our bass player forgot his bass. And, he remembered his 12-pack of Budweiser and his 2 packs of Camels, but he forgot his bass. And then Josh Crowley's my good buddy. I started out playing music with him many, many moons ago. And then, see, RJ and Matt and Kevin Doherty got me my first couple gigs here in town, and I sure appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Heather Horton's in the house somewhere. She's fantastic. Her and Michael McDermott got me my very first gig here, so I thank you all so much. And there's so many people in this room that have really helped me out and whatnot. And, thank you very much. And these days I got Matt Robinson and Shoe Fest and the old shoe guy. Thank you to Grateful Dead and June for supporting me. And it's my first time here, but I've been doing this forever. And I started thinking about my first gig ever earlier today. And what it was my hometown. We have a fall festival every year. And every year we have a talent show. And I was playing at the time in a band called the Penal Codes. And we were a garage band, but we were too loud for the garage. The sound would still seep through the garage and still piss off the neighbors, so we became a basement band. And I had just written this song called She Kicked Me Out, But She Let Me Back In. And it was about my neighbor, and he was an alcoholic. And every 4 or 5 days or so, his wife would kick him out of the house. And he'd just wander around. And then a couple days later, she'd let him back in. She kicked me out, but she let me back in. That was a whole song. I didn't have to get creative. I didn't have to elaborate. I didn't have to exaggerate. That's just what really happened. So I was like, shit. Penal Codes, let's enter the talent show and play. She kicked me out, but she let me back in. And they were all gung-ho, and we went and we played, and we killed it, ladies and gentlemen. I have to tell you, we absolutely crushed it. The problem was that year there was very stiff competition. So the first act after us was this girl. She was about 4 or 5 years old, and she sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow. She didn't play an instrument or anything. She just, actually, she played to the track of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But the thing was, she was the cutest kid you ever saw in your life, and she didn't have her 2 front teeth. So every 4 or 5, 50 seconds or something, she would go, Thumwhere over the rainbow. And she smiled real big with her 2 missing teeth, and people were just freaking out about this. And I was like, what the hell is happening right now? People were freaking out, old men, farmers, they were pulling their handkerchiefs out of their pockets and bawling and crying. And it just so happened that the news station showed up from Peoria, which is the big city from where I'm from. Of course, they got there after the Penal Codes played. But they caught Thumwhere Over the Rainbow girl and her whole performance, and she went viral before going viral was even a thing. And like 3 months later, she was on Star Search with Ed McMahon and got 5 stars. Now the second act after us was these 2 hillbilly farmers, and what they did was they had this bag of mini marshmallows. And one of them was sit over on that side of the stage, and the other one was sit over at that side of the stage, and they both got on their knees. And one of the hillbilly farmers would stick a mini marshmallow up his nose, I swear to God, and he would shoot it across the stage. And it would land in the other hillbilly farmer's mouth. I swear to God. And I was looking at the Penal Codes, and I was like, actually, this is pretty damn good. I'm glad we didn't have to follow those guys. And of course, the news coverage caught them, and they went viral before things even went viral too. And I swear to God, about a month later, they were on Stupid Human Tricks on The Late Show with David Letterman. I swear to God. And I remember thinking to myself, as the Penal Codes were being awarded our 3rd place trophies, that this whole writing songs about real life stuff is not going to be easy. But he could always be found in the backyard. The bases he round until it grew too dark. When his time came He didn't hesitate. They put him in the game, and he stepped up to the plate. He was thinking curveball, but he got instead 95 miles an hour right into his head. He hobbled down to first with a lump on his face, and on the very next pitch, he up and stole second base. With greatest speed, he wasn't born. He had the dirtiest uniform. With greatest speed, he wasn't born. He had the dirtiest uniform. Board was out of touch, kids were out of reach. She never gave up on her passion to teach. And even though the school's on the wrong side of the tracks, she crossed over and she came and gave back. We knew she could have left, but she stuck around to get everyone else's feet back on the ground. Then we would thrive and we'd achieve, 'cause she's the first one to arrive and the last one to leave. From the wealthiest town, she wasn't born. She had the dirtiest uniform. From the wealthiest town, she wasn't born. She had the dirtiest uniform. Both of them folks, they were heroes to me. And I grew up with hopes of something to be. I'd watch him play, listen to her teach, and I set out on my way to practice what they preach. So I heard my calling, and I found my thing. Now I spend my Thursdays falling down trying to sing. But I'll get back up, just like they taught, and I keep on working with the tools that I've got. With the prettiest voice, I wasn't born, that I have the dirtiest uniform. With the prettiest voice, I wasn't born, that I have the dirtiest uniform. Names in the lights, get out of the van. Another night with my songs about real life friends. Been putting in the miles, been living the dream. It's all worthwhile the times you take one for the team. With the catchiest sound, we weren't born. We got the dirtiest uniforms. With the catchiest sound, we weren't born. We've got the dirtiest uniforms. Oh, the catchiest songs I don't perform, but I've got the dirtiest uniform.
Smoking car.
Time count?
It's 10:28.
Time to play another song.
10:20. as the country was soft, from a dirty basement into a dirty loft. I've been searching for things that I might never find, and every time I sing I've got you on my mind. More people, more places, more things to do, more ways for me to keep my mind off you. Here up, here up, here. Oh, and I gave $1 to so many bums that it wasn't much longer till I myself was one. I've been playing for tips underneath this blue line train. I've been thinking of your lips as I've been standing in the rain. More people, more places, more things to do, more ways for me to keep my mind off you. Here up, here up, here. It's the first song I wrote when I moved up here. I had everything I owned in a 1990 Chevy Beretta GT. I was heading up 55. People were cutting me off and giving me the finger and threatening to kill me. But I finally made it to my apartment, which was $2,200 a month. Coming from a town of 24 to 1,700 people, depending on who you ask. That was a lot. I got by though because I had 6 roommates. And I lived in Chicago for about 6 days, and I already spent the whole $150 that I saved from detasseling corn all summer long to move to Chicago, Illinois. I was down and out and ragged, questioning my existence in the big city and in music and really in life itself. But I decided to muster up some strength, because my 6 roommates gave me hope. We didn't always just give each other a hard time. And on my way to the open mic, I heard this voice. And he said, "Hey kid, you got any change?" And I said, "No, sir, I spent all my detasseling money." And he said, "Well, hey, kid, do you want some?" And I thought, wow, City Winery, I must look even worse than I feel. Because this guy's been out here every day, all day, trying to get change off of people, and now he's trying to give some of it to me. Well, that one moment changed my whole perspective on music and life, and he gave me a wink and a smile, and I gave him a wink and a smile. And I tell you what, I went to that open mic, and I tore the roof off of the place, y'all. I tore the roof clean off of that place. And all 8 people there freaked the hell out. And all 8 people there bought my cassette tape that I had all the time. Back before cassette tapes were cool and back in style. It was just what we had. Last week I played a gig with some 18-year-olds and I dug their music, and after the show they gave me a cassette tape. And I said, what in the hell am I supposed to do with this? Use it as a paperweight or scrape the ice off of my windshield this winter? I was feeling good and saucy. I took that cassette tape money, I put it in that guy's tip jar. I went back to my $2,200 apartment where I live with my 6 musician roommates, and I wrote this song. Now I'm standing on the corner in the coldest of nights, singing you can light a million candles, kid, with just one candle's light. I like a rolling. I get drunk 6 days a week, mama. Sundays I get high. I get drunk 6 days a week, mama. Sundays I get high. On Sundays I get high, 'cause on Sundays television's dry. Everybody got it? I get drunk 6 days a week, mama. Sundays I get high. I get drunk 6 days a week, mama. Sundays